The year is 1939. Europe teeters on the precipice of war. At the mouth of the Vistula River, a small peninsula named Westerplatte juts out into the Baltic Sea. This seemingly insignificant spit of land, barely 40 acres in size, would soon become a beacon of resistance. It would be a symbol of defiance against the encroaching darkness of Nazi aggression. Westerplatte was home to a Polish military transit depot, a fortified outpost manned by less than 200 soldiers. Little did they know, they were about to face the full might of the German war machine. Westerplatte's strategic importance was undeniable. It controlled access to the vital Polish port city of Danzig. Danzig, with its predominantly German population, had been designated a free city after World War I, administered by the League of Nations. However, its geographic location separated it from Germany proper by the Polish corridor, making it a point of contention between the two nations. As tensions escalated in the late 1930s, Westerplatte became a focal point of German interest. Its capture would be essential in any German plan to seize Danzig and further their territorial ambitions. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, had sown the seeds of resentment in Germany. The loss of territory, coupled with crippling reparations, fueled a desire for revenge and revisionism. The rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party exploited this sentiment, promising to restore Germany to its former glory. Danzig, with its large German population, became a rallying cry for Hitler's expansionist ambitions. He demanded the city's return to Germany, stoking nationalist fervor on both sides of the border. Poland, however, refused to yield. The Polish corridor provided vital access to the sea, and Danzig itself held significant economic and strategic value. The Polish government, acutely aware of the growing threat posed by Nazi Germany, began to reinforce its defenses in the region, including the Westerplatte depot. The stage was set for a confrontation that would have far-reaching consequences. The morning of September 1st, 1939, dawned clear and calm over the Baltic Sea. At 4:45 a.m., the silence was shattered by the roar of German artillery. The battleship Schleswig-Holstein, anchored in Danzig harbor under the pretense of a courtesy visit, unleashed a devastating barrage on Westerplatte. The opening salvo of World War II had begun. The German plan was swift and decisive. They believed that overwhelming force would quickly subdue the small Polish garrison. The Schleswig-Holstein's guns pounded the Polish positions, while German infantry and assault troops advanced under cover of smoke and fire. However, the Germans had underestimated the Polish resolve. Major Henryk Sucharski, the commander of the Westerplatte garrison, had prepared for this moment. His men, though outnumbered and outgunned, were determined to fight for every inch of their small patch of Polish soil. They returned fire with machine guns and rifles, inflicting heavy casualties on the advancing Germans. The first assault was repelled. Section 4, a symbol of defiance. The initial German attack had failed, but it was only the beginning. Over the next 7 days, Westerplatte would endure a relentless onslaught. The Luftwaffe bombed and strafed the Polish positions, while German artillery rained down a constant barrage of shells. Wave after wave of infantry attacks were launched, only to be met by fierce Polish resistance. The defenders fought with tenacity and courage, their determination fueled by a deep sense of patriotism and a refusal to surrender. The Polish soldiers, led by Major Sucharski and his second-in-command, Captain Franciszek Dabrowski, displayed extraordinary bravery and resilience. They utilized their limited resources effectively, maximizing the defensive potential of their bunkers and fortified positions. The Germans, expecting a swift victory, were increasingly frustrated by the stubborn Polish defense. Westerplatte had become a symbol of Polish resistance, a thorn in the side of the German war machine. Section 5. Relentless Assault. As the days turned into nights, the situation on Westerplatte grew increasingly desperate. The relentless German bombardment had inflicted heavy casualties and severely damaged the Polish defenses. Ammunition and supplies were running low, and the defenders were exhausted from constant fighting and lack of sleep. Yet, They fought on, their spirit unbroken. The Germans, frustrated by their inability to crush the Polish resistance, resorted to increasingly desperate measures. They launched a massive air raid, dropping incendiary bombs in an attempt to burn the Poles out. A fierce fire swept through the wooded areas of Westerplatte, threatening to engulf the Polish positions. Still, the defenders held on, their will to resist refusing to be extinguished. Section 6. Victory and Defeat. On September 7th, after 7 long days and nights of constant bombardment and attack, Major Sikorski, with the agreement of his officers, made the agonizing decision to surrender. The situation had become untenable. They were out of ammunition, food, and water, many were wounded, and the medical supplies were depleted. Further resistance would have been futile and resulted in unnecessary loss of life. The German forces, amazed by the stubborn resistance they had encountered, allowed the Polish defenders to surrender with honors. They had held out for 7 days against overwhelming odds, inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy and delaying the German advance. Though a tactical defeat, the Battle of Westerplatte became a moral victory for Poland, a testament to the courage and determination of its soldiers. Section 7. Remembering Westerplatte. The legacy of Westerplatte resonates deeply within Poland and beyond. It stands as a symbol of unwavering courage in the face of overwhelming odds, a testament to the human spirit's ability to resist tyranny. The defenders of Westerplatte became national heroes, their sacrifice commemorated in countless books, films, and monuments. Today, Westerplatte is a site of pilgrimage, a place where visitors from around the world come to pay their respects to the bravery of those who fought and died there. The ruins of the Polish bunkers and fortifications stand as silent witnesses to the ferocity of the battle, a stark reminder of the human cost of war. The Westerplatte Monument, a towering structure erected in 1966, serves as a powerful symbol of Polish resilience and a tribute to the enduring legacy of those who fought for freedom against all odds. The story of Westerplatte reminds us that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, the human spirit can prevail. It serves as an inspiration to future generations, urging them to stand up for what is right and to never surrender to oppression.